Hey guys, Miss G here. Here's my second tuning video for you. This is going to talk a little bit about tuning with the pegs. This is mostly only for those of you who have very floppy strings right now. Those strings are not even close to the right pitch. If they are not floppy, I would encourage you to actually not mess with the pegs until you have to. Definitely always start with the fine tuners if you have that availability, okay? This is what we do in sixth grade. We do not usually tune with the pegs in sixth grade. So this is like a little beyond us. So please be careful while you're trying to do this. It is the easiest way to break a string is by tuning with the pegs. Cool. So definitely follow these steps. Nice and carefully so that if you have to tune your instrument at home, we tune it in the best possible way and we don't break anything. Okay. If for some reason a string does break on your instrument, what you want to do is contact the rental company, Acoustic Strings of New England, and they will actually send you a new string. So we're so lucky to have such an awesome rental company. So, okay, keep that in mind. All right, here we go. So I'm going to actually do violin and then I'll do a little bit of cello. The process is the same, but the cello strings are a little bit more tricky to tune because of how thick they are. Okay. All right, so I'm actually going to loosen my peg a little bit. So here we go. I've got my floppy A string right here. The first step is to check and see if the string is still in the peg. So like if I hold up my little floppy string, it's still stuck in the peg a little bit. I don't want to pull it or I'll just pull it right out. But I can look, if I look up, I can see, let me see if I can show you, that it's still hooked into the peg up here. It's still twisted around. That's the best news you can have, is that if the string is still in there. If for some reason the entire string is out of the peg, we actually need to take the end of the string and feed it through the hole of the peg before we can do anything. I think I'll get back to that later and just hope that most of our floppy strings are still in the peg for now. Okay, so here we go. Floppy string. I'm trying to tune to an A. It's obviously not going to pluck anything right now, duh. So I'm going to see if I can first just hook it into its right spot. So I've got the A string hooked into the groove on the bridge. And then I need to make sure my A string is hooked into the groove up here where the scroll meets the strings, okay? I make sure it's in there. And then I kind of just hold it with my thumb right here before I twist the peg, make sure it's in the right spot. Then I'm going to actually take the peg and I'm going to slowly twist it up. I'm literally twisting like nothing, like half a turn's maximum. That's like the most I ever twist. But I'm twisting like a teeny bit at each time, right? It's so much better to go too little than too much. Too much will break a string, too little and you're fine. Yeah, I just haven't got up to the right pitch, okay? So I'm going to take my A peg and I just twist it enough. See how much I twisted? That's it. You know what I mean? Until I can actually like the string stays where it is. It's not the right note, but it's stuck there at least. That's like a good starting place. Okay, then you don't have to hold anything. All right, and then the next thing I would suggest is that you actually pluck the strings around it. Because most of us have a good enough ear that we can kind of tell that that's not close, right? I mean, like when you raise your hand and you're like, Ms. G, my instrument's out of tune. You can tell. So like that's a good way to use it. Our ears are the best tool to making sure we're on the right sound. So if this is my D string, that's obviously not A, right? And here's my E. So I need to get my A string to be somewhere in between the sounds of D and E. Okay, so that's kind of a good step to do, is like just see if you can hear it. All right, and then if I go back to my tuner, so here's my Smart Music tuner. Remember, what I'm looking for is for my A string to be higher than D, lower than E, but to say A up here on the concert pitch part. Cool. So I'm going to turn the instrument towards me. I'm going to pluck that floppy-ish string as I twist slowly on the peg. I'm going to pull the peg away from my face like this way to see if I can get the pitch to go up. So you twist away from you to get it to go higher. All right, and if it's floppy, obviously it's too low, so we got to twist away from our face. Okay, so I'm going to do small twists as I pluck. Here's my D string. Here's the string I'm tuning. Still too low, right? I'm not even up to D yet, so I got a good amount of way to twist, so I'm going to keep going. Small twists, small twists. Notice I'm plucking while I twist. Okay, now I'm on E flat, so I'm getting higher. I'm going to keep twisting. Keep holding the peg, because as soon as you let it go, it'll like go and unwind itself. Okay, so I'm plucking and I'm twisting. There we go. Oh, F, I'm getting there. I need G and A, right up the alphabet. G, A flat, and A. Once I'm there, see, I'm holding the peg still. I'm actually going to push the peg into the violin this way as I give it an extra little to get the wood to stick to the instrument. If it goes like this and unwinds, you didn't push enough into the instrument to get it to stick. Okay, this is just wood on wood. All right, but the peg is shaped like this, so when you push it into the violin, the thicker part of the peg will actually stay in the instrument. That's the goal. Cool. So I was able to get at least to my pitch over here to say A. All right, now I'm going to pluck it again. It's still a little flat. See how it's over here? But that's okay, because then I can use the fine tuners at the bottom to make it right in tune. But as long as it says A here, I probably have enough space to go. So I twist with my fine tuner. I'm twisting at the bottom. Oop, too far. Until I hit the green. Okay. The same thing is true on the cello. It's just a little bit more of a hefty twist, okay? And I did get a cello from the school, which is cool. Let's see if I can get my video to show you. So same. I'll do the A string. So here we go. I got a floppy string like crazy, right? It's super common on the cello. Luckily it is still stuck in the peg over here. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pluck my other strings. So there's D. So I want my A to have a little bit of a higher sound. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for mostly. All right, so same process. I'm gonna take my peg in one hand, the string in the other. I make sure the string is stuck in its grooves. If it's really floppy, you might need to put it back where it belongs. All right, and so I checked it out. All right, I'm gonna twist the peg away from my face to see if I can get the instrument string to speak higher, and I'm gonna twist with the smallest amounts of twists at a time. So here's D, well, it's flat D, but I'm trying to get a higher sound than that. So while I'm plucking, I'm thinking, higher than that. So I twist, I can feel the string is tight now, right? Now I'm gonna keep on going. And it feels tight here. G, A flat. Then I reach up and I actually hold the scroll as I twist and push the peg into the cello. Holding the scroll, I push in towards the cello to make it stay. Even more than the violin, it needs that extra push to hold it because the strings are much thicker and therefore they're much stronger pulling against the peg. Okay, so push it in. Cool. Mine's a little low, so I'm just going to give it like a millimeter crank. And I'm pushing against the cello as I do it. If it starts to slip and go back, it's okay. You do the same thing. And as you're pushing, as you're twisting away, you push into the cello a little bit. Okay, so same. I'm on A now. At least I got the A here, but I need to come up with my fine tuner a little bit, right? To make sure that my A is high enough. I go down to my tuner. And I'm able to get to my A string. Okay. If you're having any trouble, guys, I'd be happy to meet with you on like a Microsoft Team chat video and see if I can help you out. Or you can call the company Music and Arts to see if they can also do. They're offering that as well, some video help on tuning. Can you let me know if you have a string that is out of the peg? I think it would be easiest if we just kind of chatted on video and I could help you do that from here. But I'm hoping most of our strings are there. Just let me know if you have any issues and I can probably troubleshoot them pretty easily. Okay. All right. Good luck. Definitely try your best. Remember, small turns will help you get there. Great. Thanks.